Ever since the comic book character Damian Wayne was introduced, we have always been given the impression that his potential is limitless, higher than his father, his mother, and anyone else in DC. He has the biggest potential for good and the biggest potential for evil. One child with an encyclopedic memories for a million ways to put a human being down permanently. But he is constantly being limited by his father's no-kill rule. But you see, all that is about to change because Damian Wayne is entering a tournament. Not just any tournament, a tournament to the finish, a tournament of champions, a tournament of death. Welcome to my channel, and this is Robin, the Lazarus Tournament. And our story begins on a rooftop. You see, in Gotham City, most stories honestly begin on a rooftop. But this isn't Gotham. This is Markovia. And these guards, well, they got dropped pretty quickly. Someone wanted access. Someone wanted access to Talia al Ghul. She was skilled enough to notice when someone enters her room uninvited, but this person was really good. In fact, she knew this person because it was her son. At 6 years old, you were skilled enough to enter a room and take an ear off an assassin without being noticed. I'm pretty sure I only noticed you because you let me. He didn't respond. This was his father's influence. He was a bit dramatic, and she knew it as well. Damian, welcome. He popped out the shadows like some kind of ninja psycho and says, "Hello, mother. I'm here to claim my throne. I'm here for my birthright." And this was disappointing. It's a shame you came back in defeat. He said, "Defeat? I rejected the Batman." She said, "Oh, that's cool and all, but what'd you have to show for it? You do not bear the mantle of the Batman. You have no wealth, no resources, none of your siblings. And you're just here, coming back to mommy. Worst of all, you didn't even come alone." He said, "I came alone," only to realize that they were surrounded. These brothers took off their cloaks, revealing very specific tattoos. "We are the League of Lazarus, and you are to be tested." Just like that, they jumped into battle. Now, Damian alone could take all of them, but you thought it was a smart idea to attack Talia, the blood of the dragon. She is lethal. Damian will beat your ass. She will put you down. She watched her son fight and realized that he doesn't just fight like his father. He fights like her. He fights like everyone else who's trained him. She was proud. And so were the ninjas. You are trained well. But it will not be enough. I will take your mother's life now. Talia simply said, "Kill him." Damian said, "Mom." She repeated herself, "Damian, kill him now." He hesitated again. And so blood was drawn. But you see, it was not hers. It was his. Disappointing. You claim to have left your father, but I see his teachings still linger. Damian was not even listening to her because he was distracted. "Yeah, Mom, I knew you could handle yourself. I was more focused on the writing on his chest." Who are these people? What's the League of Lazarus? I have access to the Bat computer and our family's history. I know everything, but I do not know them. Why? She goes on to explain that long ago the League of Shadows had 3 classes. The League of Shadows, the League of Lazarus, and the League of Assassins. The League of Lazarus broke away. They rebelled. And now they want her to fight in a tournament she doesn't even want to be a part of. He was a bit offended. "Why was this kept from me?" She said, "Don't worry about it. Now, follow. I need you by my side, Damian." But it seems Damian was too focused on the one word he heard. Tournament. "What tournament?" She said, "Do not worry about it. You are a shadow now. You do as you're told. You are not a person, you are a weapon. You go where you are aimed. Now you have to make a choice. Will you stand by me? Will you help me build? Will you help me raise the shadows from the ground? Or will you be your father's son?" She didn't even realize, but Damian was already gone. He'd already made his choice. He was a Robin, and just like his brothers before him, he had a case to solve. And this case was going to involve a whole lot of fighting, because somewhere on Earth, underneath the ground, we see a group of very old monks walking down a hallway, discussing the failed assassination job that just happened. The eldest among them, though, was still very calm. It's to be expected. The blood of the dragon is strong. But that does not matter, as they watched someone do battle. And this person, well, they were lethal, to say the least. They watched him punch. They watched him strike. They watched him break bone. Every move made with precision. This guy was fighting like it was an art form. And the masters watched on proud because he was their plan. He was their champion. He was the contingency against the blood of the dragon. He was Hawk, the son of the Green Arrow, and one of the best fighters in the whole of DC Comics. Now, We know the history between Damian and his father. It is super duper complicated to say the least. And after the whole event of Gotham being conquered by Bane and Alfred dying by the hands of Bane, all because of Damian's brashness, he ran away again, forcing every single member of the Bat family to look for him. Batman was running out of his mind because Damian was not only his son, he was his second in command, he was his partner, he was lethal. The most dangerous boy on earth is running loose without guidance. He needed to do something. He needed to find his son. Now, where was the beloved son? He was fighting again. And he wasn't even fighting no goon, he was fighting another killer martial artist, King Snake. Nice to meet you. King Snake was trying his very best to put this boy down. I have fought birds before. You smell like a bird, but different. You are the son of the Bat, and I will end you. I heard what happened to your family. I heard you guys are in a bad way, so I'll make this sweet for you. Give up, and I will not break every bone in your body. Answer me, boy. Answer me. Damian said, fine. Like he could have done at the start of the fight, he took this brother down, taking away all his front teeth. Useless. You know nothing of me or my family. Now shut the fuck up. And knocked his ass out. The match was done. He won. And he won a lot of bread, which he didn't need. But you see, the whole point of this was to display his skill, was to display his prowess. And now he's done it. Now he can relax with a good manga. Now, for those of you who don't know, Damian is a really good artist. Matter of fact, he draws a manhwa on the side. When he does this, when he is at peace, he has conversations with his own father, his other father, Alfred, always telling him to make the right choices. From the distance, Damian could see a family begging on the streets because they didn't have much. And in his mind, Alfred still gave him sound advice. But you see, the choice had already been made. The die had already been cast. He performed well. So he was getting his invites regardless. You are welcome to the tournament, young dragon, but you must accept our rules. Rules? He said you'll find out, but do not miss your boat. You have 15 minutes. Cherish it. And we see exactly what he did with those 15 minutes. He gave the family all the money he'd raised from the tournament he just won. And I bet you it is a lot of money. But right now, he needed to focus on the tournament, because on this boat, he was heading to certain death. Real talk. Everyone watched him like a slab of meat. Everyone anticipated his arrival, and as soon as they got on the island, the warning was issued. Do not leave the island. Stay focused on the island, and do not break our rules. Welcome to Lazarus Island. Everyone was here. Well, the top fighters of the DC universe. The top fighters who actually could pull up. So don't expect Lady Shiva, Deathstroke, Batman himself to pull up. Nah, this was for the people who had time. From the distance, someone watched over Damian's arrival. Watch him. He is your competition, your only threat. Be patient. Your time will come. Right now, it was time for the introduction of Mother Soul, the owner of this island and the owner of this whole tournament. Welcome, great fighters, to my island. You were all chosen specifically for your talents, your skill, and your reputation. Do not disappoint me. And now, I will say the rules, but before she even could, someone interrupted her. Hello, mind if I have a moment? It was Damian Wayne, this cocky prick. I thought this was a tournament. I thought we came here to fight. So what's with all the talking? Ravage tried to stop him. Shut up, kid. You don't know the rules. But he said, nah, I'm good. Because, she was the ex of Red Hood. So she was just trying to look out. Regardless, he introduced himself. The son of Batman, the grandson of Ra's al Ghul, the son of Talia al Ghul. He was really that guy. Anyone think they're bad enough to face me? Mother Soul just looked at the crowd like, yeah, he's challenged. Who wants to fight him? Nobody pulled up until she came. Flatline. Now, Shorty looked good. And she didn't just have the looks. She could fight. She could throw down. But this was Damian. Damian was on demon time. He didn't care if she was a girl. He hit hard. And she was proud. Maybe you didn't hear me, so I'll say again. I am Robin, the son of Batman and Talia al Ghul, the grandson of Ra's al Ghul. I have been trained by the best fighters who have ever lived. She said, of course. But I have been trained by the best fighters who have ever died. Batman always wins. That's a saying they say on the dark side. He has become complacent, overconfident, and like you, he will die. Because in this tournament, it is fight to the death. Shorty ripped Damian's heart from his chest and Mother Soldier smiled. One down. Yup, you just saw that. Damian Wayne was dead. For a moment. Because on this island, nobody really dies. It is called the Lazarus Island for a reason. He woke up distraught and Rose was there to pick him up like, boy, you need to calm down. Let me talk to you for a sec. And so he followed, and she caught him up to everything about this island. Fighting is only allowed during the daytime, and as you have realized by now, you cannot die. Or rather, all of us cannot die. On this island, we are practically immortal. He was so focused on Flatline, she had to tell him, lock in, bro. You have 3 lives. You have lost 1. If you die 2 more times, it becomes permanent, and the winner gets immortality from this island. So, try not to be reckless, alright? Anybody here could kill you, but all Damian heard was he could let loose. Now, you do not tell the child of Batman, trained from birth to kill, that he now has the full license to kill because everyone will be brought back to life. He went crazy. The amount of people he killed in this section alone was scary numbers. He showed his capabilities, all his years of training. He put down DC's top fighters one by one. Now fully equipped and allowed to use his killing arts, he was limitless. He was invincible. He was a reaper of men. Just body parts and blood. That was all that was left. Body parts and blood. He was refreshed, he was revived, and throwing his katana at the foot of Flatline, he promised her that her death was next. Before he could even attack, she said, chill, boy, you killed half of the people here. You need to chill and learn. Because she honestly still had a lot to tell him. You have 5 capable fighters on this island. First, Respawn. He fights like a madman. You have to be wary. Second, XXL, he packs a punch, but he's a cocky prick. You've met Flatline, sidekick to Lord Death. And then there's Black Swan, ballerina turned murderer. Now she sees immortality, and your biggest threat, who you have surely seen. She pointed to the distance and he saw his rival, Hawk. Now this guy was a tool of destruction. They came forward to see his fight, and his fight, well, it was quick. The second someone laid hands on him, causing him to bleed, well, he put them down hard. Matter of fact, when he was about to kill them, he apologized, but his master saw him as weak, and so he did what needed to be done. He just snapped the guy's neck, and this was enough for Damian. Like, he's good, but I'm just better. Now, I'm looking for my stuff. If anyone stole my stuff, they die again. Thankfully, no one did, except from Ravager herself. She saw his little manga. Aw, you're cute. He must have been super frustrated because he just asked her straight up, what the fuck do you want from me? Why are you following me around? It can't just be because you like Red Hood. And so she makes it clear that she wants to work together. She's here for one person and one person only. Showing him his cabin, she made one last offer. Let me train you. Let me prepare you for this tournament. But he just walked away like, girl, please. I'm the son of the Batman. There's nothing you could teach me. And honestly, he had his own mission to take care of because he didn't just join this tournament just because he liked to fight. He knew there was a reason they tried to kill his mother. He knew there was more to this story. The only problem was he now had his own version of Harley Quinn, an absolute mad person who seems to not know her place. Please leave me alone. She said, no, I'm bored. This is the only time Lord Death would let me be outside. I'm going to enjoy it. So what are we doing, Robin? He just said, please leave me alone, and just kept following the monks he's been following earlier because he discovered there's a hidden passage on this island and he was going to find out what they were hiding. Why the fuck are people coming back to life? And why did they want his mother dead? Simple questions. The investigation led them down the corridor and they saw what would be the biggest Lazarus pit ever in the DC universe. He heard the old monk saying, we need to feed it more. Feed it what? What the hell does the Lazarus pit even eat? This finally piqued Flatline's interest. Is this some kind of experiment? But Robin was gone. He was his father's son after all. He had to make a choice because this was big. This was bigger than even him. Or was it? Because Alfred was over his shoulder. His conscience was telling him to call his father. But he said, no, I'm going to handle this myself. I'm fucking Robin. Not. He was captured instantly. He freed himself and he was ready for combat, only to realize it was Rose again. What do you want, Rose? She told him point blank, you are too cocky, bruh. You thought nobody will be bold enough to kidnap you, and I just did. You need to discard your pride. You are an amazing fighter, but in this place you need more. Follow me. He was confused. Follow you to where? She said, well, I'm going to show you what Batman never showed you before. I'm going to teach you how to have fun. You see, it's always calm before the storm. And I'm expecting you guys to come through for part 2, because there's about to be a lot of fucking deaths. And the tournament hasn't even started yet. People are just dying doing practice. Hit the subscribe button and drop a comment. Peace.